Elhot. Hi, my name is Elliot. I'm the fabricator here at the shop. I teach classes to members, give classes to members in welding and fabrication, and we thought we'd put one online here while we're on hiatus for the virus. So this first class is called Tools of the Trade, and it kind of is me going through the shop, talking about tools I have and showing how they're used. And so let's start with my hammers. Hammers are kind of the heart and the soul of the automotive fabrication business. I kind of break them down into three categories. There's bad-faced hammers, stuff like ball peen hammers, mini sledge. These are hammers you wouldn't hit a car with. You wouldn't hit a car body with. They're hammers that you would hit something else that might hit the car body, but these hammers aren't designed to have nicely finished surfaces and aren't worthy of hitting a car, striking a car. So this is another interesting bad-faced hammer. It's a bumper hammer, and so it's got a big flat area on the back, and you hit this with a ball peen hammer and work a bumper up or down. These guys are the Goodface hammers. These are hammers you would hit a car body with, which means you take good care of their surfaces, because any kind of a bit of welding slag or a real ding will transfer into anything you hit it with. So that's not good. So these hammers range from, this is a very high domed head, and you can see this is a much lower, almost, let me hold it there, much lower, almost flat head. And the way you choose a hammer is really by thinking about the surface on the car you're going to be hitting. So on a car with a big concave surface, so shaped like this, you'd want a hammer that then fits that shape with its crown. If you hit a convex shape with a flat hammer, these outside edges are likely to be what hits first, and so you're going to dent the panel instead of shaping it properly. So there's a whole range of different. This is another higher dome hammer, but it's actually, even though it's almost identical to the bottom one, it's just a little bit lower, and so I'll really look close at a panel before I pick a hammer, as you should. This is an interesting hammer. It's a slapping hammer. Ron Covell, who's kind of a guru in the business, makes these, and it took me a while to figure out how to use it, what to do with it. But basically, it's a nice hammer. I particularly like it for doing aluminum work, and it's kind of a hammer for when you've got a panel pretty well where you want it, and you do what's kind of a last washover surfacing dolly job, and this will kind of get those last kinks out of it. It's got a wide surface area, and so its blows are softer and not so much about shaping, but about kind of finishing. And this is an interesting hammer. This is a door skin hammer, and this kinked end is really the useful end. And you'll on a door skin you have to wrap the bottom flange around the bottom of the door, and the angle of this allows you to kind of get in there at an angle that works. This end is not nearly, you're kind of coming like this, but this is the sweet guy. So lots of different hammers for lots of different operations. This is a trim hammer, so just a little light hammer for doing things like aluminum or stainless trim. This one's, I think, probably an antique. And then finally, these are mallets, and I've got leather mallets, I've got nylon mallets, and they're really useful tools. They don't stretch the metal as you hit them. So in the case of a steel hammer on a dolly, which is a little handheld anvil, in case you don't know, you've got your panel between the dolly and the hammer, and as you're working it on a dolly, you are stretching it. And if that's what you want, that's great. And that's why you'd want to use a metal hammer. But a lot of the time, in fact, you're trying to get stretched areas out, and so the last thing you want to do with a dent, which is kind of a stretched area by definition, the last thing you want to do is stretch it more. And so a mallet allows you to really work it hard and quickly without stretching it any further, and then you can assess whether you need to do any heat shrinking afterward. But these mallets are, they come in lots of sizes. It's all about what you're hitting, how hard you want to hit it, how much you're moving it. These are also a great addition to the arsenal.